exciting to start playing tonight and what you see from him on the mound.
Yeah, I just want to start real quick with sending condolences to Phil Garner and his family, Mr. Scrap Iron, and got to know him plenty of times over the years. I know he spoke at our first pitch banquet a few years back, and saw him a few months ago rolling through the facility, and it's pretty cool just talking to Berkey and those guys, what an impact he had not only on the players of Tennessee or in his personal playing career, but all his accolades. Just heard what an amazing baseball guy and amazing person he was. So just wanted to start with that for his family. And with going back to your question, Blaine, he's just been working really hard behind the scenes, and it was a big deal in recruiting when we were talking to him. It was very important to be a two-way player and to have a plan, and that's something we invested a lot of time in the recruiting process. And the last time out versus ETSU wasn't as clean, so we wanted to take a little bit of step back, give him some extra time with Rand to work on some things. But I mean, it's 93, 94 with really good stuff, and I thought the difference with tonight was he really just slowed down. He scattered a few pitches, and they were basically saying, prove you can throw strikes. They start with the fake bunt take to start the game. But just a little bit better presence, and I think the more he gets out there, he'll continue to get better and better. But that's something we'll look at different ways to get him in there. But it's a good arm, and he needs to be in the mix.
Is there urgency to get him back out on the mound to hopefully give you more options on the weekend, especially with him being a lefty?
Yeah, I think that's, I do like where we're at with some of the lefties. We have some options and some different looks, and the difference on the weekend would probably be more coming out of left field, so that's something to navigate on the position side and how we navigate that there. But I like where how the guys have thrown the ball, but we're always looking for more, especially as you go throughout the course of the year, lefty-righty matchups. And I know so many coaches now try to get it where it's left-right, and you got to be careful with when you bring a guy in, because you might have a matchup and then you better have a guy ready right behind it. So any more options, I've challenged those Penn guys. Please, more reasons to put you in the game. We're all for it.
How has his routine changed at all? Like, I know he hadn't pitched in a game in about a month, but has his routine throwing the ball changed week to week?
It can navigate. We have to limit some of the stuff, right? For him, it's those two-way guys, and I know we have some really talented ones on the way coming in. They have to do less, and sometimes they don't want to do that because they're wired like more and more and more. How do I get more reps? So I think it starts just with communication and how we go about it. But Ren does a good job with him where, hey, maybe he'll miss a base running deal at this point in the day. We'll do it at the end so he can go do his throwing and do that progression. But what we do with him is he does his early hitting just like he's a hitter, and then he does hits in the first group of BP, and then we don't let him shag or anything. We just goes inside and gets some grub and gets set up, and then he goes through the normal starter routine. He's a guy that it's easier for him to get hot and settled in going through that full routine versus trying to balance coming out of left field or playing a couple innings. So, but again, we got to challenge him to be able to put him in different roles. But Blaine just likes to get out there and play ball, so it's good to see him back out there.
How important was it to get Krenzel in tonight, and what did you see from him?
Massive. We need him. We need him. We've been talking about some bullpen stuff, and I thought he did a good job of, walks the guy instead of the thing snowballing or pitches continuing to scatter, just pouring sinkers at the bottom of the zone. And Ren's worked with him on just the tempo of the delivery, like moving a little bit faster. He's like a hypermobile arm. It's really whippy. So sometimes when guys kind of we call it lessony or try to go A, B, C, D as they sequence instead of just, hey, like, let's compete with conviction right here. I thought he did a good job of, again, just even the ball hit the right or the ground ball that was hit. It's not really loud contact, but that's a guy we're going to need in the league and midweeks, and the more we can get him out there, the better. And we just got to put him in good spots for a position to have success.
What has it been? I guess there's been a struggle for him. Is it trusting stuff? Is it location? Like, what have you guys seen that's been behind this some of the stuff?
Well, some of it's just been spraying it, right? He hits a guy with a breaking ball a few weeks back, and he's actually torching lefties. If you look at the splits, he's doing a really good job. But he needs to be a guy that can come in and can punch guys out or get you a ground ball. But when he's good, he can go 3, 4, 5 innings. We all saw what he did against Virginia Tech early in the year, and he's still young. People forget. I know he had a lot of success for us last year, battled through some sickness, but when he's on, it's pretty dang good. So we need to make sure we get him there more often than not.
Seen anything be different for Manny at the plate these last couple of years?
Not really, nothing crazy like approach-wise. I mean, he's doing an amazing job as left-handed pitching. If you look at it, it's a huge difference there. But I think he's playing fun, or just having fun playing ball. And if I go back to one thing at Mississippi State, we work on, safeties down the way. We don't execute one at Vanderbilt. And so, again, we work on being on the hunt off the base, making sure our steps are in a good spot, and he slides in head first. So just his smile, like running off the field, like that wasn't a hit, that wasn't a double. It was nothing selfish. It was just him executing a play to get Jay an RBI and helping our team win. So it's a pretty special deal when the guys get past the, hey, what about my average or this or that, or how can I help this team win? And the freedom it can let guys play with across the board. And he took some great swings tonight, crushed that breaking ball out tonight, but he's playing some great defense too. And if you look at Mississippi State, again, I know we're past that now, but that ball he kept on the infield and then played catch to be able to throw that ball to Ariel. Not a lot of guys make that play in this league, and there's some really good defenders on the dirt.
Eric just came in and talked about how a lot of guys are playing free, not feeling as much pressure at the plate. Anything that kind of has led to that shift, or maybe that you've noticed, or is it just baseball and the progression throughout the season?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but I think it's a mentality shift where sometimes when things aren't going your way, you can focus on, hey, what is my problem? Why, or instead of, like, how do we get to solutions? How do we get there quickly? And again, our process has been very similar. Those guys have done everything that we've asked them to do, but I think we got some scars, and that's letting the guys kind of play free. We've been on the road and been swept. We've gone on the road and swept somebody. We've won close games, lost close games. So as you take punches, you learn how to dodge some at times and throw some as well. So our guys have just done a good job of handling riding the wave, and it can go both ways very quickly, but I think the more competition our guys get into, the more they'll play free, and it's good to see them start to do that.
Needs to happen for you all to build consistency off of the Mississippi State series going forward?
Well, I think a lot of things. We talked about post-game, I think, limiting the free 90s. I thought our pitching staff did a tremendous job, not walking guys, not really hitting guys, not giving them a chance. And our outfield defense was really good. I mean, Blaine made some good plays. Jay ran a ball down. Reese did the same thing in right field. And then executing on offense when the time calls. Because, there's going to be homers hit in this league, but, hey, moving a guy here or, again, infield back, there was a couple spots tonight. We needed to be better in that. But using the whole field, we did a lot of things well, but we also made some mistakes down there too. We made 2 mistakes on the bases, getting picked off versus a lefty, and a youthful mistake that we addressed at second base that we got away with on a Friday night. But again, we like where we're at, but you can't be satisfied. You just got to keep going. We're only halfway through this thing, and there's a lot of back and forth to come.
Couple more guys. Anything new with Stone a week out from last plan?
Yeah, he's looking a lot better. His nose. We joked he looks prettier after he got that thing fixed, and it was up to him. He would have tried to play today, but we're going to lean on Woody and those guys to go through just where he got hit. There's a process and a checklist to go through, and he wants to be as aggressive as he can. But I'll lean on Dr. Clank and Woody. But what seemed was I remember rolling him over at Vandy. It scared me with the way he looked right there at home plate, and he looks really, really good. And hoping to get him back out there soon.
Will he begin that baseball activity sometime this week?
Yeah, he's moving around already. And, again, I don't know the exact progression. Woody and I are going to sit down tomorrow because I know he's just getting his feet back underneath him. But it's just great to have him back in the dugout. It was a little weird out there at Mississippi State not having him there because a lot of people don't know. We traveled, and Tony and Frank and I made the decision. He traveled as a freshman just because of what he brought to as a teammate and being in the dugout. So it's good to have him back out there.
It's been a couple of weeks now since you made the move into the dugout. Have you noticed it affect the team generally at all, or anyone specifically?
Yeah, I don't know. You may have to ask them on that. I just think I trust Craig Bell to coach third base at a high level. He's done it for a very long time. He's done it in Omaha. He's done it in national championship games and done it in the league. And him and I have an easy way to communicate, and our players know what the expectations are over there. But I think the easiest example would be is instead of being at third base trying to worry about an outfield arm, or now I'm saying, okay, if we score 2, let's go to this guy, and I can easily get the bullpen going. And it's just been easier to manage. And then I love just being able to haven't really been able to do it ever just because I've always coached the base as a coach. But just to sit there with Reese or Manny comes over and we're able to have a little conversation of the different shape of the breaker or what's the cue to make sure we get when we can really drive. And all the credit goes to the players there, but it's just easier to kind of manage the whole game, and that's what I need to do.
What's the Newsom's status going into the weekend?
Yeah, Newey's back with the team. Just had an internal matter with him, completely behind us now, so he'll be available in any capacity. And I know he's excited to contribute to this team and help us win when his name is called upon.
What do you know about Ole Miss on Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, it's a championship level program. I think it's crazy if you look at, I was texting with a couple guys between Mississippi State, LSU, us, and we've played a lot of national championship winning programs back to back over the last 4 or 5 years. But I played against Coach Bianco's clubs as a player, and they were always aggressive, and he's an amazing coach. And I know Coach Kivett knows Clem very, very well, and he's done a really good job in this league for a long time. But when you think of Mississippi, you think of power and starting pitching. That's always been their MO, and I know they ran their starters pretty good, all 3 games versus LSU. But again, this year in this league, it's crazier than it's ever been. It's you better hook it up because it's a good opponent and anybody's capable of winning on any day. So you just got to be ready for the bell to ring because it's going to be a challenge regardless.